So hi, today is 9th of August 2026 and currently it's 6:43 p.m. in the evening right now. And today I want to talk about something which I wrote few in my diary. This one. So first I'll be reading out what have written down in my diary and then explaining what I have written down. Before that, also one more thing. Tomorrow I'll be leaving for my college and I'll be leaving my hometown. I'm done with almost 90% of my packing, and behind me are the stuff around which I have been packing lately. So now let's start. This is something which I wrote down on 31st of July 2026 in my diary. So first I'll read it out and then I'll explain what I meant by this. People who own houses thinks that they are greater or superior than those who rent, but they forget that they themselves are renting that place for their lifetime. And people who complains that our parent didn't leave any material asset such as property or house for them are selfish, but they forget that the struggling and creating assets for their own life is the only thing which gives meaning to their life. Traveling their whole life to at least explore one place, or I would say one planet out of eight, is what some people need to do, especially just like me. I'll just read once again and then I'll explain. The people who own houses think that they are greater or superior than those who rent, but they forget that they themselves are renting this place for their lifetime. And the people who complains about their parents that they didn't leave any materialistic asset such as house or property for them are selfish because they forget that struggling in life and creating assets for their own life is what gives meaning to their life. Traveling whole life from one place to another just to at least see one of the eight planets where they are in their whole lifetime is somehow my dream too. So now let me explain what I meant by this. So lately I was thinking that there is a word, particular word which I don't remember exactly right now, but there is a word when people who own more than what they need to live, especially when we talk about property or land, when people have more than one or two land, especially more than they need, then there is a word, I don't know what, some environmentalist or something like that. So these people, especially I have seen largely in India, if I talk about India, then the people who own more than one place and rent especially their place, they consider themselves somewhat, I don't know deliberately or indeliberately, but somewhat superior than the people who are renting that place just because they own that place. And that might be true in financial asset, that they have more resources than the person who is renting their place, but they forget one thing, that and I also believe that until your 30s or until your at least 35 or 40s, you should not be settling down in terms of living at a place directly consistently for 6 months or a year, because I believe that like this planet is very big, like it will take almost your whole life if you start exploring this planet and the places which exist on this planet right now, and this is one of the eight planet. And I believe that once you start traveling and exploring, then you get to know that yes, this is the country there I can live, these are the country where I want to live, this is the society or culture where I want to live rest of my life. Once I am considered, like once I am at around 40s or 50s, once I plan to settle down. But I think like in their 20s or 30s or especially in 40s, people just don't even travel their whole country and they just try to settle down or buy a place and make their home, and then they start living there, spend their whole rest of their life living there. They didn't even explore the other options, especially like visiting other nations or especially their own nation and exploring different cultures, then deciding whether they want to settle down or not. And I believe also there's a thing called owning a house is also somewhat ruining people's mind, because once someone owns their house, they find, like especially my dad and my mom used to do this, and even in my I see in my family circle, like a lot of people don't leave their home. Even my dad, most of the time when I say that once you retire you start traveling and don't stay for at least, like my father stays here for whole year without even leaving 7 days consistently, continuously, even leaving 1 week without this home. And he says that if I am not here, then who will take care of this house? Like घर अकेला है भाई, घर पे कोई नहीं है, घर पे कोई नहीं है. who will take care of this house, and somewhat that has indirectly binded him to this place. And I feel that once you own a house, then you indirectly, like, people get that feeling that they can't leave their place for more than a week, and that is something which is very bad, because I feel after 60 or 70 years, after your whole life, you will be leaving this place, and you don't know, or you wouldn't care who is living, whether your upcoming children would be living or whoever is living, you don't care. Then why in your lifetime would you stuck in one place only when you can explore? There are like 100 different places. And yes, there might come a point in your life where you settle down and slow down, or spend most of your time at one place. But I feel still that's it somewhat. Like, I genuinely feel that home were built just to take a rest, eat food, and spend only one third, if you want, like, to be generous, then only one third of your day at your place, which consists of sleeping, getting ready, eating, and that's it. Other than that, if you are spending your time at your home, then that is wasting your time, because there is so much to explore in this life. Especially, I have a saying which I keep on saying, that you would spend your whole life and still you will not meet even 5% of the population on this planet. Then why to kill your time while sitting at the place, and why not to go outside and meet other new people or explore different places on this planet? Like, why not to do other stuff rather than living in home? Because I feel now it is growing that the culture of spending, people spend weeks without leaving their home, and that's crazy how much time they kill. So that's what I'm trying to say here. Like, I feel that should change, and people should think like that they are not here forever. So why they spend their life, the limited amount of time which they have at one place, why not to explore different places? Why not to live at different places? And maybe they would like to live in another country, maybe they would like to live at other place. Yes, there are few special places in your heart where your feelings get attached because of the people around you, which you spend time in that place, such as like your birthplace, which would be always special for you because that's your birthplace and you would never leave that. Yes, you can visit maybe once a week, or once in a month, or in a 6 months, or spend your most of the time there, but living there forever, I don't think that's I want to do personally in my life. So this was something which was coming in my head lately. And also, this is all which I wanted to say regarding this video. And lately, yesterday, I got a haircut from one of my dad's favorite, what to say, barber. And like, my dad forced me to move with him and come with him and get a haircut. I would say it's pretty shit, but anyways, it's all love. And yeah, that's what matters. In the camera, it still seems pretty good, but in real life, I got all my mustache is set and also my beard cut, and so I look pretty evil in the real life. Anyway, today is 9th of August 2026, and currently it's 6:54 p.m. in the evening, and now I'll be going for running. So bye.